Okay, lights up. One of the things that I'm thinking about always in regard to selection is the value of the piece that we're going to do. We want to do things that are fun, we want to do things that are entertaining, but I think we're looking for pieces of theater that want to say something, that have some value, some relevance to where we live, and that want to ask the questions that are important. I felt like Man for All Seasons is relevant for today. Some of the issues that Sir Thomas was facing in regard to his own political stand, his own religious stand, being Chancellor of England, and Henry wanting to divorce Catherine and then marry Anne Boleyn. I feel like really is parallels a number of things that are happening today socially and morally. Then when we get the piece of theater selected, we do an audition process among the student body. We cast the show. Generally, we're looking for people that would be able to play the role by sound of voice, their height, how they kind of fit with the rest of those in the casting pool. And then we get the play up on its feet, and we begin to do the rehearsal process, help the students grab a hold of the roles that they've been cast in. We try to begin to think through the design process, the set, the lights, the costumes, and how we're going to accomplish that. We have a design team that has been put together. They're taking a class normally, and they're going to be a set designer, a costume designer, a light and sound designer, a stage manager, and we put all of that together. And those students are making choices in regard to what we want to say with the piece, the colors, the design, how it fits on the stage. Does it support the meaning of the play, and will it support the story? Is it the best way that we can tell the story? We begin to put all of that together. It takes lots of hours and time and work. For instance, with The Man for All Seasons, there were 14 characters, and there were over 20 to 25 costumes that had to be put together. And for this production, many of those costumes were handmade by students here and by volunteers who put in lots and lots of hours to put all of that together. So then we get the play up on its feet, finally get it up on the stage that we're going to be presenting it on, in costume, with makeup on. We run several tech rehearsals, and then we're up. The doors are open, and we're performing the piece. Altogether, it takes about 8 weeks or so from start to finish. And of course, we've been thinking about the piece, and the design team has been put together before that. So we've actually put several months into this theater production when it's all said and done.
Some of the challenges for A Man for All Seasons would definitely have to be that it was in the round. That was a whole new concept for NCU, and it was a challenge having 4 entrances, so getting all the furniture pieces on and off. I had to strategically place them. Okay, this one is going to go at exit 1, and this one's going to come off at exit 4. And so all the timing with that had to be precise, letting the actors know where I was going to be, and I had to know where they were going to be so we wouldn't collide or anything like that too.
This is my first experience in the round, and it's a lot different than playing it in a proscenium stage where you're facing the audience the whole time and you cheat out to the audience. And there's so many different rules that don't apply to playing in the round because the audience is all around you, and you have to take that into consideration that there's audience on this side, that side, you know, all the sides. And you have to play so that you can be the most visible to the most majority of the audience. So there was a lot more movement that happened, and it just felt like breaking a lot of rules.
So when it comes to having an actor play a character, I'm really, most of the time, at least initially, depending on them to think about the role. It's really hard to work with an actor and get them to play the role until they're off book, until they're fully memorized.
Silence line.
Alice, it's a point of law.
It's a point of law.
Mr. Thomas, it's line.
Know that asking is too much.
I'll tell you why. Line.
So I'm depending on them to get off book as quickly as possible, to be fully memorized, so that they don't have to think about holding the script in front of them or think about these words that they're looking at any longer. They can begin to think about other things like gestures, like where am I walking, how am I walking, what pace am I walking. An actor does no movement on stage unless there's meaning or there's purpose in it. They don't even get up out of a chair unless they have a reason to do so, or to sit, or to walk across the room unless they have a reason to do so. So we think together about the reasons that are behind that.
The most important thing for me is empathizing and understanding the character and the depth of who they are as a person, emotionally, physically, spiritually, understanding what they believe, what they stand for.
I try to get that actor to think more deeply about the character that they're playing. I want the character to be theirs, for it to belong to them, and that's when it's the most effective. At the very last kind of resort, when we're short on time, if there's something specific I want, I may show someone. Whatever, just keep moving. You don't have to keep delivering it back to him.
Okay, does this feel more like a...
Yeah, just take off and just...
Yeah, good.
You just go with it, yeah. Okay, so just try this transition just one more time. So what I'm looking for is more schizophrenic, more high and low. In the end, no matter which technique we've used, is for the character to come to life on the stage. And we stand back and we watch it. And when they get the costume on and the makeup on and they're finally on the stage, and the set is behind them, and the character comes to life, those are the moments when I sit back and I enjoy it the most. And the word moment to me is really a great word, because that's what I direct to, are the moments in the piece. I feel like theater has the power to, in a sense, kind of walk down the corridor of somebody's heart and unbar the door, take all of the boards that have been nailed up across this door that has this big sign on it that says no trespassing.
The stories take reality and it like reaches out and grabs on the heart. So people are feeling it, they're thinking about it.
And finally opening the door until the person realizes that God somehow got in. And that's why I do it. I feel like I have something to say, and I can't say it any other way. So let me tell you